How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to more Code Vein 2. We have reached the second dungeon in the Undead Forest for Zenon. It's time to complete this one and kill his next duplicate.
There it is, second lab. Let's reconnoiter and retrieve. Promptly now. With the seal weakening, every second is precious. I hate to trouble you, truly I do. Can we go faster? Idris tried to buy time, but we need a permanent solution. Some way to quell the resurgence for good! Ah, you look intrigued. There's a spark of curiosity in your eye that's just ever so adorable. But first, we have my surrogates to collect. You know the drill. Forward march, comrade! Let's rest. The greater the struggle, the sweeter the breakthrough.
Okay, so I died doing this twice. I'll cut it out. But I think I figured it out. Just gotta get behind these things. This one isn't the bad one. The bad one's the next room is super hard. And there is a whole area down below. A bunch of enemies you can kill if you fall down. I've killed them all already, so I'm not gonna show them. Nothing too important. Just some loot. This is the hard one. So if you fall here, you gotta restart the whole area again from the missile.
All eyes on me now.
Just take this guy out. And that guy's gonna run over, and then we can run over and take out the giant crab thing. Then finish this thing, and then run back and kill them. They're pretty weak if you can get to them. Alright, and then there's a big guy over there to look out for. And another guy to the left. This is where I died last time. Let's grab the map. Alright, now we can take this guy out. Alright, I'm not even gonna mess with him. Let's continue on. Looks like we're at the missile and the boss fight here anyways. Time to fight Zenon number 2. They all call him Zenon. I call him Zenon. And I'm not gonna stop now. Alright, let's see what version of him we got to fight. What's going on? Okay, so he's ice. Last guy was fire. That already took half his life. If I can get all this garbage. It's just super aggressive. Seriously, man, hit him. Alright, he's done.
It's too secured. Color me impressed. I'll deign to call upon you more in the future. As a token of my confidence, it's time I filled you in on my findings to date concerning the resurgence phenomenon. Notebooks and pencils out, please, because first, a lesson on revenant history is in order. As you know, revenants are blessed with prodigious lifespans. We can live hundreds or even thousands of years with an ease that belies our age. Nevertheless, a choice group, known as the nigh-immortal progenitors, left their indelible mark upon history. I know it's splitting fine hairs by human standards, but surely you can grasp life everlasting trumps a few millennia? Naturally, this begs the question. Just what exactly separates progenitors from modern-day revenants? My findings pointed to a single historical juncture when revenants inexplicably became mortal. Even the oldest revenants began dying off after a few millennia. Technically, dying isn't the right way to put it. A restriction was imposed on their lifespan. Alas, that delightful cliffhanger is all we have time for now. But remember this. Eventually, all revenants came to be born with a predetermined lifespan. And this was no act of nature.
Alright, so we got the second one done. There's one more over in the corroded scar. Looks like I have to drive along this road. Yeah, it looks like a straight shoot along this highway. I'll go ahead and edit out my ride through. I'm just going to be running around, guys, and avoiding enemies till I get to the entrance. Alright, here we are. I remember trying to open these doors so much in the game. Guess you can't do it until you have him in his quest. Hopefully this one's not as annoying as the last dungeon. Last dungeon was garbage.
This is it! The final lab! You've done well traversing so much of the frontier. I've been observing you very closely. You've convinced me your potential will be crucial in times to come. Now, let us conclude this final step. Once the deed is done, I have something important to give you. Perhaps we can stop.
This one looks like a real long drop down level, so it's all one big tower. Just have to keep dropping down without falling to our death. Shouldn't be too hard unless we get into some big fights with some harder enemies. Well, unless he knocks us off. His big size may be a problem here if he starts knocking me off or pushing me off. Oh, where'd that come from? Oh, over there. Alright, where do I go? Oh, Oh, wow. That could have been death. Okay, seriously, you're gonna push me off the ledge, man. Jesus. Ooh, alright. Yeah, it's better to do it by yourself without him. Looks like we're about halfway down. Alright, that was a little hairy, but we got him.
I shall be at your side momentarily.
This is a very small space for this enemy. I'm not a fan of when they stick you in this tiny little space with an enemy, especially when your partner's huge like the Zenon guy. Okay, so I maxed that out. Kind of want to put on his. I wonder if I can put on Zenon's blood coat, if it would help me at all. Alright, we are at the boss. There's the elevator up. Kind of useless. That's the point. Especially when you have this here. There's no reason to have an elevator. Okay, let's go take on Zenon duplicate number 3. Hopefully he's not as annoying as the ice one. The ice guy was pretty annoying. Just pop that, see if I can level up. Nice. Getting up there. Okay, he's electricity. There's a lot of big AoEs. Good if I could hit him. is down. And down. Now hopefully that gives us the key from Zenon and we can continue on.
All of my research material is now accounted for. 1,000 thanks, my friend. Now, I believe we ended our last lesson on the resurgence prematurely. Let us rectify that. You recall how I said a revenant's lifespan is predetermined? But why? To what end were they mortalized? Well, I struck upon a revelation! As the revenant population grows, the bloodborne powers of each individual are incrementally stimulated! The more our numbers grow, the more each individual's powers swell. But each vessel can only house so much energy in reserve. Soon the power corrupts our flesh, eventually bursting forth into the world!
Alright, what was that?
That is the resurgence's true nature. A cataclysm triggered by a population overload. An end for our time. I suspect that the progenitors discovered this truth ages ago. Naturally, they were forced to devise a countermeasure of some kind. Thus, they artificially limited our lifespans. To avert the resurgence, they constrained our revenant population growth by force.
Oh, interesting.
Give me your Zenon pass. I've updated its credentials. You now possess the highest level of clearance. Well, highest next to me, I suppose. Strangely enough, I issued a pass of the same number to one of the servants that was in my chamber. How odd that you should share the same exact one as they. I can't have issued the same code twice, nor could it be a forgery. And there's no way for you, our perennial outsider, to have stolen it. Do you care? Ergo, 2 copies of the same pass do indeed exist, albeit with one infinitesimal difference. That being yours shows nearly a century's worth of wear and tear. I'm certain now, more certain than ever before, that your shared potential will be positively integral to my vision for the future. Now, hold out your hand. Ha! Whoop! Whoop! Ah! Whew! Fancy that. I've outdone myself. Take this, you've certainly earned it. If you find yourself in need, simply call. My powers are at your disposal. Now, if you'll excuse me, science calls! The research you helped me recover is all out of sorts and needs to be recompiled from scratch. Never fear. I'll forge your potential into it. Put your best foot forward and don't give in to despair. Farewell!
Zenon Griffgoat. What a tempestuous character.
Alright, so now what are we gonna do? Speak to Lou. Okay, I have to go back into her void and talk to her. I imagine the next thing is fighting Zenon in his cocoon.
We finally fulfilled Zenon's request. And though it was rather taxing, it was good work. Now then, take a look at this. It seems there's more to this upgraded pass of his than improved access credentials. This is the key. At least, I believe it is. This pass is imbued with enough pathos to break through his present-day cocoon. It may be time to finish this quest. We should now be able to release the hero Zenon. We can finally end this. Though, I've been thinking about his theory. About revenant overpopulation being the cause of the resurgence. If he's right, we will always live in fear. As long as revenants still live, we will never be rid of the resurgence. My apologies. This is no time for us to be second-guessing ourselves. The world's fate hangs in the balance. We need to be decisive. We can't afford to delay longer. In any case, we should head back to the present. We must report our findings to Lady Lavinia.
Alright guys, we're gonna wrap this one up here. Looks like our next mission is to take out Zenon, free him from his cocoon. Means a big old boss fight, which we'll do next time. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.